the two things happened, first of all. One party took over the labor movement, which is one of my favorite movements also. And then it became a regional party, more than, whereas it was a marvelous breach into the established two camps. Peter Obi achieved something remarkable there, that he broke that mold. Yes, however, he did not win the election. In addition, my own organization has a monitoring unit. You know the one I'm talking about. And so I could say categorically that Peter Obi's party came third, not even second. And that the leadership knew it. But they wanted to do what we call in Yoruba, gbajue. That is, you know, you have force of arms. You also have force of lies. And it was gearing up towards violence. They were going to send, some of the hardliners were going to send crowds, young people, into the streets to demonstrate.
Thank you so much. I'm your brother, this regret. I want to prove it beyond reasonable doubt that P2B of Labour Party came first in 2023 presidential election. P2B was the clear winner. P2B won 2023 presidential election with a very wide margin. The powers that be knows the truth. Don't listen to the garbage and rubbish coming out of Wole Soyinka. He knows the truth, but he is just positioned to misinform the people, to deceive them. P2B was the clear winner in 2023 presidential election. I challenge our chairman to a public debate. If he say what I'm saying is not the truth, whosoever is able to prove me wrong should step out. I challenge APC to a public debate. Even PDP, they are free to come for a public debate. P2B was the clear winner of 2023 presidential election. Let me explain to you what happened. You see, before every election, the parties had to submit list of their polling booth agents. They even have to include their passport, because INEC will produce tag, identification tag, which the party will give to their agents, and they will come to the polling booth with the identification tag. It was so painful that out of 176,846 polling booths, remember what I said, 176,846 polling booths. That's the total number of polling booths nationwide. Labour Party submitted a list with polling agents of a little over 130,000 polling booths. So they had a little over 130,000 polling agents. In that case, there was over 40,000 shortfall. That means in over 40,000 polling booths nationwide, especially in the north and certain parts of the west, Labour Party had no polling booth agent. You see, this information was with INEC months and weeks before the election. APC had agents in every polling booth. PDP also had agents almost in all the polling booths. No other party had agents in all the polling booths. Apart from APC and relatively PDP, no other party had agents in all the polling booths. NNPP had areas where they were able to submit names for polling booth agents. SDP had areas, AAC, and so on. Those parties had agents in isolated places, just few party agents representing them in the polling booths. So, before the election, INEC and the powers that be knew the weakness of Labour Party, the party of the people. Lo and behold, on the day of the election, even without party agents, Nigerians nationwide trooped out to vote for Labour Party. In every military formation, police station, wherever, barracks, even in Aso Rock, everywhere nationwide, there is no issue of tribe did not come in. The issue of religion did not come in. Nigerians voted for a change. When the forces of darkness discovered what was going on, that was when the decision was taken not to upload the presidential election results real time as provided in the INEC guideline. Disregard the rubbish, the jargon you are hearing from APC leaders and those their media campaign and the appeal court justice. Disregard those things. They are all in the conspiracy. They know the truth. They discovered that P2B is willing far. Tinubu did not come close. In those places where Labour Party had agents, like in Lagos, they were struggling to see what they can do to reduce the margin. To achieve it, they have to frustrate voting in certain locations. They have to use violence to destroy votes meant for Labour Party. But after all their manipulation of Lagos results, it was not easy for them to claim P2B did not win Lagos. It was not easy for them to claim that P2B did not win the state of the APC chairman, Adamu. The campaign DG, governor of Plateau State, it was not easy for them to claim that P2B did not win in Plateau. What about Aso Rock? Everywhere. Even in the polling booth, where Tinubu cast his vote, P2B defeated him there. Let them go and make public the results. Nigerians went out to vote for change, to vote for a man that knows the way, to vote for a man with capacity to turn around the economy, not to bring hardship and poverty. When the authorities discovered it, they then has to call together their think tanks. One, do not upload presidential election result sheet according to the guideline. You can upload House of Rep, you can upload the Senate, but do not. You see, it's the same number of polling booths. The same number of polling booths. The sum total of the results for senatorial seats will also give you the sum total of the result for presidency. It's the same number of polling booths. House of Rep, the same number of polling booths. 176,846 polling booths. So, the issue of glitches, it's a cock and bull story, just don't mind them. There is a video in which INEC chairman told them at Chatham House what they can do if the issue of glitches arises.
And IREV, they were here, they demonstrated what to expect. In fact, let's just even refresh our memory. I know we heard it time and again where the chairman of INEC was speaking about what to expect to the international community on this. Just have a listen to this.
The second thing we are going to do, and pretty soon, is to conduct mock accreditation exercise nationwide ahead of the election. We won't wait until the main election comes. We'll test the integrity of these machines with real live voters in selected polling units across the country. We did so in Ekitan Osho. It was fantastic. We are going to do so nationwide. And increasingly, our people are becoming even more excited about the deployment of this technology. So we are really happy. And in terms of the numbers of the BVAS machines, we always make provision for additional numbers of machines in case of malfunction or glitches. And there is always a backup. We have what we call the RA technical support that will fix the machines in the unlikely event of any glitches. And where it needs to be fixed is fixed, but where it fails to function completely in a polling unit, and from previous experience, there are isolated polling units, the law has a remedy that the commission should immobilize and conduct the election in the affected polling units within 24 hours.
So that's as clear as daylight.
You see,
There was a solution, simple solution. But these are wicked, demonic liars, children of wickedness, that take delight in the suffering of their people. How was the election rigged? Now let me tell you how the election was rigged. These people carefully isolated all the polling booths where Labour Party had no polling booth agents. The results arising from those polling booths, they first began by mutilating the results sheets. Votes meant for Labour Party will be added to APC. Like now, if Labour Party score 520 votes, 500 votes will be given to APC, 20 votes will be allowed for Labour Party. They continued that exercise in thousands of polling booths, numbering over 20,000. Moving votes for Labour Party to APC. But pressure was too much on them. Upload the result now, upload the result now, everywhere. Is it not what you promised us?
In this country, and the INEC made a press statement when uploads were not done. You even said there was no hacking of your server and all that. And everyone sitting there is either a Christian or a Muslim. And you know there was problem with uploading your results. Till this minute I'm speaking, many results have not been uploaded on your server. So you cannot be using justification that a vote took place at the polling unit when INEC failed in uploading results from polling units. If you had uploaded those results immediately after vote was casted in each polling unit, we will have access to them and I will not be asking questions here.
Born out of tension, they never had all the time to alter all the results. What they now did was to start uploading blank papers as result sheets. That is how they uploaded close to 20,000 polling booth result blank papers as result sheet. While the original authentic result sheet is tucked out somewhere. Now, if you participate actively in the process, as I did in my polling booth. I was there until the process was concluded. Voting ended. They entered the results in the result sheet. And I was there, insisting that this result should be uploaded. But thanks be to God, in my polling booth, Labour Party had party agents who had taken a copy of the result from the polling booth. And some of us had snapped the original result sheet and will have the information with us. But that information with a voter is not admissible in law. Consequently, in those polling booths where Labour Party had no party agents, the votes moved to APC. What do you then upload? They now began to upload blank papers. INEC result sheet had nothing to do with blank paper, because INEC retained the original copy of the result sheet. What they will give out to party agents are the duplicates. In most cases, the duplicates are blank. You cannot see anything because the ribbon under it is not too effective. It's not strong. So it's only that copy with INEC where you see everything clearly written. That is to tell you, under no circumstances whatsoever will INEC upload any document that is made up of blood images, pictures, blank papers. Is impossible for it to happen, because what they retain is the original copy. In a civilized society, heaven would have fallen by now, because people will be crying out, how dare you upload blank paper? It's impossible for you to have blank paper, because what we are retaining is the original copy of the result sheet. There can never be alteration or tippets on the result sheet. It is not allowed in law. But what INEC did and uploaded, copies of it were made available to the judiciary. They pretended as if they did not see it. 5 justices could not reason and say, how can you upload blank paper? It is inconceivable. It can never happen. How can you upload blood images? Because you collect result from the information contained in the result sheet. Therefore, result sheet can never be a blank paper. Result sheet can never be blood images. How then will you allocate votes to parties if it's not from the result sheet? That was why the INEC deputy director, we are told, is a pastor who was at the center of this wickedness, could not read out anything in a blank paper. They then asked him, how then did you arrive at the figure you gave to the parties? And this thing affected the polling booths where Labour Party had no agent. In a civilized society where there is justice, where there is rule of law, not rule by law, the judiciary was, if not for any other thing, cancel the election in those over 40,000 polling booths where this wickedness was perpetrated. Because if the original result from those over 40,000 polling booths were uploaded, there is a clear winner. No argument about it. Nobody will even go to court. Nobody will even go to court. When the judiciary tell you they were not able to call polling booth agents in those areas, they all did know, they had the information that Labour Party had no polling booth agent. Yet Labour Party have the result too. Voters were so aggressive, they snapped it. But it cannot be admitted in law. It's only the one from the party polling booth agent that can be admitted in law before the court of competent jurisdiction. They know this. But they go out there as people sold out to wickedness and falsehood to misinform the people. They could not prove it. They did not bring any evidence. You that saw blank papers stacked in boxes, 20,000 of them, what other evidence do you want? Can blank paper be a result sheet? How can it happen? What other evidence do you want? If you see mutilated result sheets where consistently the vote of Labour Party is cancelled and that of APC increased, a pattern playing itself out in thousands of polling booth result sheets, what other evidence do you want? The truth of the matter is this. Can INEC withdraw the blank papers and upload the authentic result sheets generated from the polling booths? Over 40,000 of them, the clear winner will emerge. If we as a nation can take a stand and say, look, it is impossible for INEC to generate blank paper as a result sheet. It is impossible. Because what they have in possession is the original copy, the hard copy, the one they printed, which they will handwritten, they will write the figures. So it can never be a blank paper. It can never be a blood images. It can never be pictures. Result sheet can never be pictures. Result sheet can never be blood images. Result sheet can never be blank papers. Can I prove me wrong? Can any learned lawyer, senior advocate or anything, senior nonsense, can you prove me wrong that result sheet can be blank paper? I'm involved in this process. I took time to study it and I devoted my time to participate in all the processes. And I knew that BVAS is a game changer. I knew how they can rig it. Because I took time, by the wisdom of God, to study the process. They can only rig it by keeping back the authentic result sheet and uploading blank papers. So when they upload blank papers, they will now allocate votes to any candidate of their choice. And that's what they did. There can never be tippers on result sheet. There can never be mutilation on the result sheet. It's not allowed. Only by wickedness, by deceit, by alteration of votes, that's when you have mutilation. So when you have it in thousands, 10,000, 15,000, tippers, mutilation here and there, and it takes a definite pattern, more to APC, Labour Party vote removed. It tells you it's like official policy of the power that be. I challenge INEC to a public debate. INEC chairman, take the challenge. Come up to a public debate. You can never have blank paper as a result sheet. I will prove it beyond all reasonable doubt. INEC chairman, you can never have blank paper as a result sheet. Where is the authentic result sheet? Generated in over 40,000 polling booths where Labour Party had no party agent representing them in the polling booth. Where is the result sheet? Take the challenge and produce it. That is where the problem is. That is how the election was rigged. The judiciary knows it. All the who is who in Nigeria knows it. The peace committee, they know it. The security agencies, they know it. Everybody in INEC, they know it. Even cleaners in INEC, they know how the election was rigged. Anybody who can use his brain, who is not under the influence of drug or cocaine or whatever, knows how the election was rigged. Can I be proved wrong? It's a challenge. I want to be proved wrong. That INEC can conduct election and the result sheet will be a blank paper, or blood images, or mutilated papers, or pictures can become a result sheet generated from the polling booth. Let somebody prove me wrong. That a picture of a beautiful lady can be a result sheet generated from the polling booth. I want somebody, a sound lawyer, come out. Robert Clark can take the challenge. Wole Soyinka can take the challenge. APC media team can take the challenge. Prove me wrong that it is possible. But I tell you, it is not possible. Share this video. Let every Nigerian get to know it. And let us ask for justice. Justice. For the good of Nigeria. Justice. To move Nigeria forward. That is what we are asking for and nothing more. Subscribe to this channel. Truth must be presented. That is what we need for God to intervene in our situation. Thank you and God bless you.